What is up, HS family? It's so good to see you all again. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, today I have the top 4 things that you're going to want to do right now to go ahead and kick your HS out of here. So, I'll go ahead and get into that right now. So, the first thing that you want to do is you just want to take a really good look at your diet. So, for example, if you're eating a lot of breads, flours, sugar, things like that, a lot of nightshades, you kind of want to limit those things, if not eliminate them completely from your diet. um, for me, I completely modified my diet. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I don't eat pizza, I don't eat donuts, or I don't eat any kind of sweets. I do, but I just severely limit those things because I know if I eat something like that, it's a pretty good chance within the next 8 to 12 hours I'm going to flare. And I'd rather not flare. That food is not worth me being in pain for the next day or so. So, with that in mind, every now and then I might have something like that. But on a daily basis, I'm getting um, the majority of my nutrients are coming from whole food sources. Minimally processed foods. I cook all my foods at home. I know exactly what I'm getting for the most part. Um, so that has really helped me out a lot. Um, Years ago, I used to eat a lot of junk food. I used to eat a lot of pizza, cookies, snacks, things like that, a lot of sugar. And over time, I started to do my research and I was just thinking like this stuff cannot be helping my condition at all. So a few years ago, I just decided to switch things up gradually and I was able to see some good results. So that is something that you might want to consider as well if you're still flaring up and your diet is still, not as well as it could be. You definitely want to take a look at that. And moving on to my next point, you definitely want to listen to your body. So, for example, if you're eating something and you're noticing that within the next few hours or the next day or so, you're starting to feel like you're flaring up, then 9 times out of 10, that's something that you need to stay away from. Um, Another point that goes along with this is you could make yourself a journal or a diary and just write down what you're eating and then maybe jot down how you're feeling as well when you're eating that and kind of keep track of what's happening right after you eat these foods. And that can kind of pinpoint some of your symptoms or kind of give you an idea of what you need to stay away from. Um, Food allergies as well can kind of tie into this. So, for example, I know I am allergic to milk, cow's milk, so I do not even, I stay away from that. I do eat cereal from time to time. It's very rare, but if I do eat cereal, I'm going to be using some coconut milk. I really like the vanilla coconut milk, so that's what I use, but I'm definitely not using cow's milk at all. Um, so just to drive that point home here, you basically just want to eat whole foods, foods that have not been compromised, foods that have not been genetically modified, foods that haven't been processed. You just want to really eat whole foods in their purest form because at the end of the day, that's what we as humans were made to consume. All of these genetically modified foods that were processed in a factory are loaded with chemicals and they're poisoning us, which is, in my opinion, I think that that stuff has something to do with all of the autoimmune diseases we have today. So, that's just something to keep in mind. Moving on to my next point, which is very, very important, it's staying hydrated. So, I can't specifically tell you how much water you need to drink per day because that's just going to be based off of your activity level. But for me, on the days that I'm training, I'm getting about a gallon of water a day, just because I know I'm gonna lose a lot of that water when I'm working out. But on my rest days, I'm usually getting at least a half a gallon of water, because I know that I'm gonna be getting some more water from my food sources, like my salads and my vegetables and things like that. Um, but yes, water is definitely the best thing in my opinion for HS, because it's really going to help alleviate some of the inflammation that we experience with HS, and it's going to flush all of the toxins that you may have in your body that could be contributing to that inflammation. It's going to get it out of your body, out of your system. So that is probably the most important thing that you really need to do if you have HS. And the final tip that I have for you all is hold yourself accountable. Um, I know this is not easy. Having HS is it's just not. But at the end of the day, we just have to work with what we have. And quite honestly, things can be a lot worse than what they are right now for us. Um, I don't know about you, but I'm just grateful to be here today. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for love, for family. And if I just have to make a few modifications in my daily life just to, you know, deal with HS, then so be it. I mean, it's not the best case scenario, but I'm able to breathe. I'm able to walk. I'm able to talk. There's a lot of people out there who can't do those things. And so, I'm just going to focus on what I can do and not focus on what I can't do, and not focus on, oh, well, I can't eat the foods that I love because I have HS. And no, I don't like to think about things like that. I always like to focus on the positive things. And what I want you guys to do is just think about the positive things. Just think about what we can do to, just take over this disease. I know it's hard at times, and we may get frustrated and we may get down on ourselves and we may feel sorry for ourselves, but just remember, like, you can do something about this. And hopefully in the future there will be some more medically advanced alternatives to HS, but as of right now, this is just what we have to do. We're just going to fight this, and we're going to continue to fight. And if you all need anyone to talk to, as always, I'm here. Just send me a comment. I have my contact information out on the channel as well. So if you ever want to reach out to me, feel free. At the end of the day, we're family. I'm dealing with this just like you all dealing with this, and we're going to get through this together no matter what. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys shortly.